So once again, at the end of this chapter, we're going to be turning our attention to understanding how sociologists would think about oppression and inequality. So let's go ahead and think in terms of how each of the various theories would frame the issue of oppression. Each theory would use certain base assumptions to consider the issues and then frame those within a basic set of premises about how society works. The different theories have some very basic ideas, but each disagree with each other about the nature of oppression and equality. Remember that the functionalist sees inequality and oppression as something that's built into the social fabric for a reason, and that it should be part of everyday human life. So the functionalist would believe that inequality and oppression are both necessary for one group to maintain its dominance over other groups. Dominance, according to the functionalist, is something that has to happen in order for society to function properly. A normal and healthy society will have social structures that will maintain the divisions of opportunity. According to the functionalist, it's normal for society to have groups which dominate other groups, even if that's through oppression and inequality. So in sum, the functionalist thinks that dominance and oppression are a normal aspect of society, and that it would be dysfunctional not to have these structural and individual inequalities. Conflict theory would recognize aspects of dominance of some groups over others, but would not agree that this is healthy for society. The conflict theorist would question and consider the benefits to society of these socially dominant groups. Conflict theorists don't agree that social dominance is good overall for society, and that inequality in the social order indicates that the social structures are not healthy for society. The conflict theorists would want a level playing field for all members and would try to change social institutions to increase equality. Critical race theorists would see how our ideologies, our political structure, and our economy support, perpetuate, and reinforce oppression and inequality. It would be suspect of how our schools, our government, our churches and religious institutions, and how the media operate to reinforce the existing social hierarchy. It would look at who writes the laws and how they create laws to advantage their own interests. It would also look at critical resources such as education and healthcare, and question how the laws and policies provide for more access to these resources by the dominant groups. So that concludes our chapter on ideologies and oppression in the United States society. In our next chapter, we're going to be taking a look at the concept of privilege and also be looking at the phenomenon of white supremacy.